A follower tagged me in this video, which was a response to this. This podcast was talking about the Skarsgård brothers, and people were complaining about the way they pronounce the name. But there's also the issue of using this letter instead of this letter in their video. So first of all, I don't think anyone should expect people who don't speak your language, especially if they don't use the same letters, to understand how those letters are pronounced, or to accurately replicate the way the names would be pronounced by those people themselves. If you're interested about stuff like that, I have a whole playlist here on TikTok, as well as 2 YouTube videos going into much more detail about the expectations and abilities of pronouncing foreign names. But what about these letters? How can English speakers actually understand these better? First of all, their name is not spelled with this letter. Correct me if I'm wrong, Swedes, but I think in most dialects of Swedish, this letter would be pronounced A. But the actual spelling, at least for the famous actors, is with this letter. If we look at this as a diacritic, it would be called a ring, but in Swedish, it's typically treated as a completely unique letter. And again, correct me if I'm wrong, Swedes, but I believe this is pronounced Å. So this letter followed by an R is kind of like the way in English we would pronounce door. Or in some dialects, it might be Å. So you take the A sound and round your lips, Å. So that would be the more open pronunciation. In other dialects, it'll be a little more closed, Å. So if people get a name wrong from your language, please treat them with kindness. They don't speak your language, they're not going to know how to pronounce your names. And for any Swedes watching, I'd love to see more information about reading the Swedish alphabet or Swedish phonetics. And pretty much everyone in this family is a good actor, and I love watching them.